Watch a woman's entire sense of power just evaporate right before your eyes. Because I have, and let me tell you, nothing beats standing barefoot on your own porch sipping coffee that's so hot it could double as battery acid and watching Patricia Patty Pringle, president of the Whispering Oaks HOA, absolutely lose it. As a guy in a suit hands her a stack of DOJ paperwork thicker than her sense of self-importance. I mean, she's ugly crying in the middle of a suburban street over paperwork. Not a funeral, not a lost love. Paperwork. And before you start thinking I'm some sort of suburban warlord who set out to ruin a neighborhood, let me set the record straight. All I wanted was to let my dog pee in his own backyard without a neighborhood tribunal being called. But Patty, she wanted a war. And while I spent 20 years in the Marine Corps, so when someone picks a fight, I finish it. Overwhelming force. That's the rule. Let me back up a sec. 8 weeks earlier, I had just retired. 2 decades of crawling through mud, choking down MREs that taste like sadness and learning to sleep anywhere. My back ached, my knees crackled, and my tolerance for bureaucracy was in the negatives. All I wanted was quiet, maybe a life where the only explosions were from my microwave. So I bought a house in Whispering Oaks. On paper, it was a slice of heaven-gated community lawns cut like golf greens in a sense of safety. The kind of place where nothing ever happens. I show up with a moving truck and my Rottweiler Atlas sitting shotgun. Now Atlas, he's 110 pounds of pure muscle, big, blocky head eyes that could melt steel beams. But he's a service animal, my PTSD's uninvited roommate, and Atlas is my living, breathing safety blanket. He blocks for me in lines, does room checks, puts his big head in my lap when my pulse goes sideways. Legit. ADA certified. Also the best boy on earth. So I park stretch, and just as I'm about to unload, here comes this white golf cart, amber light flashing. Patty in all her floral-bloused, clipboard-wielding glory. She doesn't walk, she marches. The kind of posture you get from spending too much time telling other people what to do and not enough time listening. And her voice, like a kazoo got stuck in a vacuum. Oil stains must be remediated within 24 hours. Section 8, paragraph 3. She looks at Atlas, who's just yawning. Mind you, and recoils like she's seen a bear. Strict bylaw 4.2. No dogs over 40 pounds. Absolutely no aggressive breeds. That's not a dog, that's a beast. I keep it cool. Explain he's a trained service animal protected under the ADA. Federal law trumps her HOA bylaw. Bingo. She just about bursts a blood vessel. If he's not gone by 5 p.m., animal control will be here. And look, that old Marine focus clicks in right before you breach a door when the world gets real quiet. Don't call animal control, Patty. I'll send the paperwork, that's all you're getting. She's already gone cart speeding away at a blazing 12 miles. I fire off the email doctor's note vaccination, a photo of Atlas snuggling a stuffed duck for good measure. I think surely someone in this chain has a brain and will tell Patty to back down. But 5:05 p.m., private security car envelope taped to my door, $500 fine, possession of prohibited breed. Denied my accommodation, told to get rid of Atlas or face more fines and legal action. I mean, they put it in writing. This wasn't just no dogs allowed, this was federal law doesn't matter here. That's bold. I could have lawyered up. Instead, I let it ride, give her rope, let's see if she hangs herself. The next morning, the Patty Blitz begins. Every step out of my house, I'm watched curtains, twitching neighbors whispering. Patty's already warned them new guy's trouble brought a monster. Then out in the yard with Atlas, Patty and her henchman Harold, beige on beige camera lens the size of my arm, start snapping photos. Unauthorized discharge of biological waste. Patty shrieks. He's pooping in his own yard, lady. She's undeterred. You have not removed the animal. More fines on my door, $100 for unkempt lawn. I'd been there 24 hours, $200 for aggressive behavior, $500 for unauthorized livestock. Atlas was not amused. I get smart. I buy a 3-ring binder, start filing every fine, every letter, every blurry photo, building a discovery file for the lawsuit I'm now sure is coming. But I also need a wall, a real physical barrier between me and Patty's madness. Enter Big Tony's fortifications and fences. I call him, explain the HOA mess. He laughs, says he's tangled with Patty before. I'll bring the apocalypse, he promises. Tony shows up 6'4", built like a vending machine truck, the color of a traffic cone. We plot the fence. County code says privacy fences are fine if you have a dangerous animal. Thanks, Patty. Tony's in. By noon, we're digging post holes, bobcat roaring. 14 minutes in, Patty screeches around the corner golf cart, nearly tipping over. She tries to shut us down. No permit, no AR application. This is a crime against community aesthetic. I just point to my GoPro smile. I'm just following your orders, mitigating the dangerous animal you say I have. Posts are going in, Patty. She threatens Lean's bankruptcy, total destruction. I get it all on camera. The next few days are a circus. Fines escalate. Patty calls an emergency HOA meeting to evict me, and Atlas threatens foreclosure. I dig through state law. Turns out in Virginia, if you rack up enough unpaid fines, the HOA can theoretically force a sale. Patty is gunning for it. Big Tony parks his truck in front of my gate so nobody can demo the fence. I call Saul, a civil rights bulldog lawyer. He's giddy. You have gold, Mike? Let them vote, let them put it in writing, then we nuke them. DOJ loves this stuff. Meeting night. Patty in a neck brace from an ankle injury, no less, gavel in hand. Votes to fine me $1,000 a day. Foreclose, remove Atlas and the fence. I offer a formal reasonable settlement, pay all the minor fines. Just let the dog and fence stay. She laughs, rips up the offer, throws it in my face. We don't negotiate with terrorists. And yes, that's on tape. The very next morning, Patty hires day laborers with chainsaws to tear down my fence, claiming I encroached 2 inches on HOA property. I have a survey showing otherwise. One look at me and Atlas growling now, and the workers bail. Patty's shaking demands I check my email. And I tell her, that's a DOJ investigation, Patty. You're fighting the federal government now. And boy, does the hammer drop. Black SUVs, agents with badges, accountants, paralegals, the DOJ turns Whispering Oaks into an audit zone. The feds talk to neighbors. Turns out Patty's been running her own little dictatorship, targeting people for their ethnicity, their disabilities, anyone who couldn't fight back. She kept spreadsheets labeled problem residents. You can't make this stuff up. The investigation's a parade of depositions, files, interviews. Patty blames everyone but herself, even as her own lawyer begs her to shut up. In the end, it's all there: systematic discrimination, retaliation, malice. The HOA's insurance drops them cold, won't pay for willful illegal acts. The board collapses. Patty is left alone, power gone, neighbors furious. They all get special assessments to cover the $500,000 in damages and legal fees the court slaps on the HOA. Some folks literally have to write checks for $5,000 because Patty wanted to play dictator. She tries to sell her house. No one bites. She can't pay. Eventually, the board sues her personally for breach of fiduciary duty. She loses the house, all that pride, everything gone. And the new owner, Big Tony himself. He moves in with his 3 pit bulls and a purple front door just for style. So what's the lesson? You can follow every bylaw in the world, live for the rules, and still lose everything if you forget why those rules exist in the first place. It's supposed to be about community, about living together. Not control, not power. I didn't want to be a hero or a plaintiff. I just wanted peace. But sometimes peace means standing up to bullies, especially the ones who hide behind rules. And justice. It's not always swift, but man, when it comes with interest. Patty's empire fell. The new board dropped the breed bans. The neighborhood started waving at each other again. Grass got a little longer. Nobody cared. Atlas. He's still the best boy. Walks a little prouder now. Here's the real kicker. One stubborn, ugly fight can unite a community or burn it to the ground. So tell me, when is it right to fight back? Where's the line between standing your ground and becoming the thing you hate? Drop your thoughts below. Ever been on the wrong end of a HOA or neighborhood power trip? I want to hear your stories. And hey, if you see someone trying to push you around just because they can, remember, sometimes the biggest rule book is on your side.
Cảm ơn các bạn đã xem video.